Live is up on Facebook and YouTube, so go grab your favorite drink before we get started. I am back in my dad's office today, and I've got both of his screens going, and I just hope that these speakers don't blow everything out. So let me check a few things. All good things, all good things. I have to kind of like maneuver around where the camera is. It looks like I am live. Where the camera is. Bam. Live on YouTube. No, I don't want that. And a few things. Okay, looks like I am also live on Facebook. And I am just going to mute my dad's speaker for right now, because he likes to leave everything really loud, and I turned it down just a little bit already, but that doesn't mean that it won't get real loud again. What's going on with click to expand? I want to see. Okay. Where's my chat? Let me put into YouTube. I don't know why this stuff doesn't come up. I'm gonna have to look into it. It should be subscribe and see. First order. Subscribe. Boop. Okay. Can I pin that guy? Pin that message. Go team, go. Okay. I think I'm okay now. So hopefully I don't get interrupted too many times. We'll see. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. So need to move my water bottle so that I can see my script. Hey, hi, how are you? I am Heidi. I'm work at home handmade business owner at HeidiMind.com, as well as a homeschool mom of 11-year-old and 13-year-old girls. I go live here on Facebook and YouTube on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. During the live, I share things about what's going on with my business, homeschooling, and our personal lives. Be sure to follow on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube to get notifications when I post videos or when I go live. And feel free to like or hit the thumbs up button, as this helps more people just like you see the video and come hang out. If you are joining me live tonight, please comment with #live, or if you are watching the replay, please comment with #replay. This helps let me know when people are watching and if I need to change up the times or the days. And if you aren't already subscribed, be sure to check the pinned link to sign up for the email list for updates about new products, blog posts, sales, and other fun things going on. And when you do sign up for the email list, it does give you a coupon code for the website for 20% off your first order. And I did write a script tonight. I guess really I write notes so I remember what to talk about. So this is 1 week of dyed hair. You can see a little bit of some fading. I have gone in the pool two or three times. I didn't think about the fact that chlorine is going to speed up the process of fading. So the first day that I went into the pool, it had only been like 24 hours after I dyed my hair, and I put all my hair up in a really tight bun, and I just tried to not get too close to the water. But I did notice, like right at the back of my head, it's super blonde. So I don't know if I just didn't dye that part very well or if the chlorine got on it. The next time I went in the pool, it was like 2 days later. So it was pretty close to 72 hours. At that point, I'm like, forget it. I just don't care. I'm going swimming. And fully wet hair. They have a shower outside of the pool, like, you know, like you're supposed to wash off before you get in the pool, and then you're supposed to rinse off after you get out of the pool to get the chlorine off. So I did rinse off after, and then I washed my hair. So, and I've also, it's not looking as, it still looks pretty fried, but it's not looking as fried. I have some really good conditioner, and I've been putting that in. So yeah, hair update. I may try to dye it again next week, like to refresh it. I don't know, because I am here for 3 more weeks. I'm here until the first weekend in July. So I don't have enough hair dye to do 2 more times, but I probably have enough to do at least 1 more time. And then when I get home, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. If you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, then you may have seen that I uploaded a nail video. I've already ruined a nail, but I did my nails and they do match my hair. That was a total coincidence that I packed this color, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the one that I ruined is right here. I don't know how I did that. I had just chipped right away. Not even sure how I did it. Whatever, what can you do, right? So we're going to call these home updates, even though I'm not in my own home. I feel like we brought our never-ending dishes with us. I have tried really hard to not get takeout food, both for financial reasons and also because I know that I'm gonna cook better food especially for my grandma, than what we would bring in. So I've been trying really hard to make sure that I'm cooking really good food every night. But I just feel like those dishes, they just creep up. So I don't know if it's because we are feeding 4 people, 3 meals a day. I don't know, but I really thought I was going to be done with the dishes today. And so I decided to make, chicken Alfredo with broccoli in the Instant Pot, because I'm thinking I just make it all in the Instant Pot. Don't make any dirty dishes. But then I found some dishes that I didn't clean already. So we'll get there. We'll get there. By the time my dad gets back, all of the dishes will be completely done. It'll be great. Things are going well here. We are definitely keeping busy. We do have a lot of people just coming in and out of the house that help with my grandma. So that has been really amazing. It just doesn't give me a whole lot of time to sit down very often, especially if I want to try to sew or do any recording. There's sometimes people coming into rooms or whatever, and the phone rings here all the time. Like, and there's not even anyone there. Like half the time it's either a robot or it's just a dead line. So I answer the phone, hello. And when nobody answers, then I start like saying hello in different languages, because if they're not going to answer, I might as well practice. I don't know. It makes me laugh. So whatever. And then I am down 7 pounds since I arrived. So I am not really hitting the goals that I want to be hitting. That's a bummer. But I think part of that is my original plan was to go to the pool every single day. And then like the kids weren't really feeling that. So I was like, well, let's at least go every other day. But we've basically been going every 3rd day. And that's just not cutting it for me. So I told the kids this morning, from now on, we're going to the pool every single day. And if they don't want to swim, that's cool. They can just hang out under the gazebo while I swim, because I'll just do my laps and then get out and then we're done. So yeah, because I don't want to go to the pool by myself. I think if I lived here, I wouldn't care so much, but I don't know. It's just weird. So yeah, that's the updates. For home. For homeschool, we really are on summer break, so we don't really need to be doing homeschool. I brought a lot of homeschool supplies with us, things that we can catch up on, extra math practice, that sort of thing. Because we've been really trying to adjust to this new routine. It is a very different routine than we're at home. Mostly because like the kids, I don't really do breakfast and lunch, like, cause I get up quite a bit earlier than the kids. So usually like I get up, I have my water, I drink my coffee, I have something little for breakfast, and then I might or might not eat lunch. But with my grandma, she really has to be on a schedule. So, and then the kids are still kind of doing their own thing. But if I'm already in the kitchen, they're like, hey, Mom, since you're already there, can you make me this? I don't know. So, so we've been trying to get into that groove of a schedule. And we have not gotten to our books yet for homeschool. I am trying to build excitement because I did bring quite a bit of science curriculum that we did not get to during the school year. And a lot of it is just like lab work. So I'm trying to like tell the kids, like, if you just do your math practice, then we can do the science. And like, I brought the microscope with us. So who doesn't want to like play with the microscope? And it has slides already. Like, I think it came with unprepared slides, but I know it came with prepared slides because I can see them right there. So yeah. My business updates, I'm going to read a little bit out of order because I have been trying to get videos up on the correct days on YouTube. It has been really difficult to stick to the schedule that I set for myself. I thought it was going to be easier because I have cameras and I can get them set up and that's fine. But sometimes when I start recording, like here, if I'm recording a cleaning video and somebody walks in the room, sometimes or the phone rings, I have to stop the video and then I have to come back to it. My computer is running really slow because it's the furthest from from the like Wi-Fi right now. And there's only so many things I could clean in this house. I mean, I guess I could clean whatever I want, but like, I don't know. It's not my house. So there's certain things that I'm like, I don't know if I should touch that. And I think I'm also freaked out a little bit to vacuum because I messed with the oxygen machine last week when I was blow drying my hair. So there's that. So yeah, I have done a cook with me. I did do another Instant Pot, egg bites because I did use ricotta cheese this time and I think they turned out really good. But I also did a banana bread recipe in that one. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the week. I'll have to figure it like rest of the month. I mean, I'll figure that out. The clean with me's have been hard. Wednesdays are live, so I've been able to do that. And then the work with me and sew with me videos. Those, yeah. I have been recording and working on sew with me videos. Before I left California, I printed out all of the patterns that I wanted to make while I was in Arizona. And those are just regular sewing machine patterns. I spent an hour-ish the other day recording, putting the patterns together and cutting them out because they are PDF patterns. And then I had to stop because, I don't know, somebody came over or whatever. And then I started thinking, oh, I need to get all the fabrics out for this. And I got all the rest of the fabric bins out of my van. And today I went and I was picking out fabrics for the projects. And I realized I did not bring any elastic, like basic sewing elastic. I didn't bring any regular sewing thread. I brought all of my embroidery thread for my small machines, no sewing thread, which I think my stepmom has, and I'm sure it's fine if I use it, but I have to find it. I did not bring, there were a lot of things that I didn't realize that I didn't bring. I thought I brought fold over elastic. I brought a spool of red, and apparently I left the black and white and purple at home. I have no idea where those are. They'll probably show up right before I leave to go home. And I brought no pins or clips for sewing. So I can't even pin the patterns down, and they're really not big enough for pattern weights. Not that I have those either. So today I ordered some fold over elastic from Amazon, and I ordered some pins. So those are supposed to be here tomorrow, and then I can start working on that stuff. But I still don't have like more than half of the supplies I need to actually do the patterns that I brought with me. So yeah, there is a Joann Fabrics not too far from here, and there's also a Walmart with a sewing center. So I may take a drive one of these days. I just don't like to be gone from the house very long, so I'll play that by ear. And Amazon doesn't have as good of prices on those things as I would get in a store, because I can buy the quantities that I want and not just whatever somebody else decided. So I'm getting there. I am getting there. I did finally hook up the embroidery machine that I bought last year when I was here in Arizona. Last year when I came out here, I did not think I wanted to do embroidery that month. We were still dealing with just kind of the storm of everything going on. And I just didn't think I could devote the time to doing embroidery. And then I decided I was going to buy a new embroidery machine, and I had it shipped here, and then I never used it. And I actually never used it for a full year because I just couldn't get to that area of my workroom. So I plugged it in today. I got it all set up. I mean, not today. I did that this week, Monday or Tuesday. But when I started to sew, I got the placement stitch down, and then I needed fold over elastic. So I have to wait until tomorrow to finish the project that I started. So that was a bummer. And I'm just not, I thought I was more organized, and I'm not organized at all right now. I have a big pile of scrap vinyl that I need to really like play around with and figure out what I'm using before I start sewing again. So I don't know. I may, if I can get things set up and a little more organized, maybe I will go live on Friday and do a little bit of a work with me video, and we'll see. We'll see. But I am excited to get back to work. I've been going through files, and I've been setting things up, and I've been getting very excited to get back to doing what I love. So that's fun. I did bring my bins of stitched projects from when I was Stuff and Junk by Heidi. So I know I've been promising this for over a year, that I was going to finally get all that stuff pulled out and listed. And it's just been a crazy year. I have officially reopened my Etsy shop. So that, for some reason, someone has Heidi Mine, spelled M-E-I-N, on Etsy as either their username or their shop name. I'm super confused because that's a fairly unique name. I don't know. So I had to use Hey Heidi Mine, which is fine. I use that in my emails. hey@heidimine.com is one of my email addresses. So I'm like, that's fine. So my Etsy shop is Hey Heidi Mine, and currently I have 20 items. Most of those items are reproducible. They're going to be current stock that I continue to make because they're zipper bags and, oh, that's unpleasant. I don't know if I stopped for everyone else, but it looks like I've stopped on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, Dad's internet is something else. Okay. All right. I don't know where it stopped. I don't know if it blocked for everyone else. Basically, I was saying I reopened my Etsy shop. I have about 20 items. I'll have 10 more items tonight, I think. There are a few, I think 2 listings that are in the last chance section. Those will be the older Stuff and Junk products. So right now there is a cupcake counting set. I do have 3 of those in stock already made, so those are ready to ship. And I also have a cookie oven set that also is ready to ship. So those have very quick turnaround time, as long as you don't order anything that needs to be made. Because I do have the rest of the listings are all things that have a little bit longer turnaround time, because I don't have those in stock necessarily. They do have to be made. They are part of my regular product line. So I am going to try to get 10 new items up every single day. As I go forward, there will be more items in that last chance section. I have a lot of non-paper dolls that I just found a whole bunch more today. I thought I had a good stack of them ready to go, and then I found a bunch more. I will have a ton of masks listed within the next week. I did not realize how many felt masks that I had. This is not bottom face masks. These are like the children's costume masks. I do have a few in adult sizes, but I don't know that I'm going to call them adult sizes. I think I'll just call them regular and large, because I'm not going to be remaking them. So I don't want people to like say, oh, I need, this mask in this size. They will only be offered exactly how they are. So yeah. But yeah. That is, I guess I went through all of my notes. And it's only 7:22. One of the notes I put down is that I'm the worst prepared person ever. And that was really talking about like the lack of bringing the supplies that I needed. I was so excited to start sewing. My stepmom said I could use her sewing machine, so I didn't have to bring mine out from California. And I've wanted to try that machine. It's a very pretty machine. But then like, as I was like pulling out fabric, I'm like, oh, I was going to make some hair scrunchies, but I need elastic for that. And I don't have any. And there were just kind of a bunch of different things. So hopefully I will be able to put some of that together, and I have my lists of what I need and what I want to make, and I can put those videos together and get them listed. And then maybe I can get my act together this month so that in July, I'm really hitting the ground rolling, because I also have, as I was really preparing for this trip, because I did actually try to prepare. It's not like I was just trying to just do things off the cuff. I was pulling embroidery files from one particular company that I prefer. And they will be products that I will offer in my shop on a continuous basis. There's somebody walking by the window. You know me, I'm like squirrel. So I was like getting those files, and I was looking at them, and then I didn't bring half of the materials that I needed. I didn't bring any felt with me, like a silly person. I don't know why I didn't bring, well, I mean, I know why I didn't bring felt, because I have it on the roll and on the bolt, and it's huge, and I didn't have that much space. So I was going to make like some banners, and I don't know if I'm going to do those now. But in my prepping, I really had like an idea of, I wanted to do themes. So like for this week, the themes were, what was I doing this week? It was more basic. It was just, I picked a bunch of really like easy things, planner clips. So little like, a lot of people use felt. I'm using vinyl pieces, and you put a paper clip on them, and then you put them in your planner, kind of like a bookmark. And then some, they call them keepers. It's like a checkbook cover or a little card holder, that sort of thing. Next week I was trying to do a little bit more of a tropical kind of thing. I had some pineapple stuff, and I had a lot of pineapple stuff. Some flamingos and that sort of thing. So yeah. Hi, Sarah. Sarah says she loves planner accessories. Yes, I used to. Sarah is definitely like planner goals, let me tell you. I think that was one of the first things that like Sarah and I really talked about when we first met, was our whole planner situation. I think Sarah's the one that told me about friction pens, and I'm addicted to friction pens. I don't have them in here, but I have like this big box of them because I love them, and I color code things. Color code, not coat. So yeah, but I am really bad with planners. I love planners. I think planners are amazing. I love pretending like I'm actually going to fill them out and use them. And I get like a month in, and then my brain goes absolutely haywire. So I have been using my iPad a little bit more as a planner, and that has kept me fairly on task because I can add notes in wherever I want. And that's really like where my brain goes, is I can write things on a calendar, but if I can't jot down large amounts of information, then I'm going to look somewhere else. So I have really been working a lot with my iPad for planning, and I use GoodNotes for that. I used to love the happy planners. I loved the idea of being able to pull the pages out and put them back in however they were convenient. But I never finished a planner with them. And they're a little expensive if you're never going to finish them, I have to say. So this last year, I only got one planner for 2023, and it's a business planner. One of the company that I buy my transfers from for my shirts, she also does a calendar, a planner. And she does a hard copy planner, and then you can also order the digital copy planner that works in GoodNotes, or you can order them both bundled together for like a lesser price as separate. So I get both. And then I jot down all my ideas on the iPad, and then the ones that stick, I move into the planner. But the accessories are fun. So I know that, for this week, I'm going to be making pen holders. That's what I need the fold over elastic for, because it acts like a big bookmark. It's like it wraps around the planner, and then it holds pens. So yeah. So Sarah, later or whenever, shoot me a message on Facebook or something. Let me know. I think you still use Erin Condren, maybe? No, I think you made your own this last year. So let me know what size it is. Is it just like a standard, like 8 by 11 or 8.5 by 11, whatever that is, whatever the tallest part is. Let me know that, because my planner is very close to 7 inches tall, 8 inches tall. It's closer to like the Happy Planner standard size. And when I'm making the accessories, I generally cut the elastic so it fits whatever planner I'm using, because that way I can photograph it for product photos on my planner. But the standard, yeah. The first year, oh my gosh, I should do like a little blooper video of the first planner clips and planner bands that I did, because I wasn't really thinking about, the size of the planner versus how big the actual embroidery design is. So I was making these planner bands, and the embroidery design itself was like 3 or 4 inches. In some cases, it was slightly bigger than that. And I'm like, oh, well, the big happy planner, because that's what I used to use for homeschooling, was the big happy planner. I want to say that's like 11 or 12 inches. So I would cut the elastic 11 or 12 inches, and then I put it onto the embroidery design. So it like ends up being like almost 20 inches long, all the way around. So it didn't fit on anything. And it's actually harder to take them apart when you make them in an embroidery machine, because you have to take off the back, and then it's a whole thing. So I've never fixed them. They're ridiculously long. One of these days, like I've never sold them. I've never done anything with them. When I took photographs of them, I took the bands and I folded the elastic on top of itself behind the planner, and I clipped it into place with paper clips so that it looked like it fit the planner, and then I got my photos. So yeah, so if I like, and I'm going to make a bunch of samples, because that's the other thing about, I don't know, I think like we get these grand ideas when people tell us to open a handmade business. When I first, I've sewn my whole life. When I first, I don't want to say when I first started my business. When was it? After my nephew was born. My nephew just turned 18 this week. So it was 18 years ago. After he was born, my sister-in-law started buying these really beautiful diaper bags. And up until that point, like all through my 20s into my teens, 20s, and into my early 30s, I was making things like costumes and formal wear, and I worked in a bridal shop. So that was what I was sewing at the time. And I really sew whatever stage of life I'm in. So when she started showing me all these beautiful diaper bags, I'm like, I can make something like that. So I started making diaper tote bags, and they didn't have enough pockets. They were super basic. They were pretty, but they were super basic. And I was really just doing it for friends. For any friends that were having babies, I would make them a baby blanket, and I would make them a diaper bag. And I got my embroidery machine, so I'd put people's names, like I think their last name usually on it. And friends and family would tell me, "Oh, you should sell these. You should sell these." And I always thought, no, I don't want to sell anything like this. And after my oldest was born, after Samantha was born, I started getting into embroidery groups, machine embroidery groups on Facebook, because I was looking for, and I know I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to get into the long part of the story. I was looking for an option for felt dolls that were kind of like paper dolls. So those are the non-paper dolls. And I started making those, and I thought, I'm just going to put some of this stuff on Etsy. Etsy was very new at the time. It was only like a year or two old. I'm going to put them on Etsy. I'm going to see how they do. And one of the baby blankets that I made sold almost instantly. It was really pretty. It was blue and yellow, and it was like stars and moons and suns and things. And it sold very quickly. No embroidery. It was super basic. It was just already made. All I had to do was pack it up and ship it off. And I thought, oh, I could do this. But Etsy's a little harder than that, actually. Etsy's very difficult, even back then. And they had the platform was completely different 10, 13 years ago. So it took me 3 or 4 years to really dive back into Etsy. And I made really good money for part of the year, but it just wasn't after, I don't know, I guess I started doing full-time Etsy around 2014, 2015. And I closed Stuff and Junk in the end of 2021. Yeah, the end of 2021, because in 2022, I had wanted to move into a different direction, going back to the like handbags, not even diaper bags anymore, just handbags. But small business is a whole thing. It's not just, I wish it was just making the pretty things. That would be so amazing, because I can make pretty things. I can make not so pretty things, but sure, I can make pretty things. So yeah, but it's definitely more than that, which is one of the reasons I go live, because I don't have a storefront. I don't want a storefront, but I don't have one. So customers can't meet me. They can't come into my shop and, I can't talk to them and show that I'm funny or silly or creative or whatever. And sometimes the photographs I take don't exactly show what goes into any piece of whatever I'm making. So it is one of the reasons that I go live, even though I haven't really talked about products. It's not the only thing I talk about. And I think sometimes it's almost not anything I talk about. I don't want to be an Etsy coach. I don't want to be a business coach. I've taken a lot of classes about social media, about the accounting part of owning a business. It's things that I have to do every day. Not that I always do them. My nose is getting really itchy, and I've got YouTube on one screen split with Facebook, and there's a delay, and every time I itch my nose, there's Facebook, and then YouTube will go in a second. It's a little distracting. Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard. I tried TikTok, and I don't want to be one of those like Gen X moms that's dancing to old 90s music. I could. I don't want to. I don't want to. And you don't want to see that. Trust me. You do not want to see. You don't want to see me getting down to TLC and, Dr. Dre. So yeah, I know that I've strayed quite a bit from any type of topic that I started out on, but that's how I roll. I'm a little scattered, but that's why you love me, right? So I am working on the things. Hopefully by next week, I will have more planner things in my Etsy shop. And I will be working on moving things over to my website as well. The website for now will not have anything that is a last chance for stuff and junk. I know that sounds very confusing. Excuse me. And I'm not calling any of the last chance items stuff and junk. That business is done. I do need to find purpose for those things. So if I can sell them before I leave Arizona, that would be awesome. If I can't, they'll hang out until I do sell them. Because people will start shopping especially for Halloween. In the next, we're in June. They'll start shopping around August for Halloween. So I know in August and September, I can clear out of the majority of my Halloween masks. That won't be a problem. Oh, I know. I was going to talk about the themes. I'm crazy. And I also haven't done my blog posts in a while. I think I'm 4 blog posts behind, and I've written 3 of them, and I've just never published them because I have to go find images. I have to find photos. So I am going to retroactively post blog posts. For May, I was supposed to be doing the Movement in May challenge for Fly Lady. I didn't do it. I struggled hard. I did not do the movement thing. In June, the Fly Lady challenge is drinking more water. I'm in the desert. I'm drinking plenty of water. But I will be writing a little bit with maybe not necessarily talking about like what I'm doing for my grandma to help her drink more water specifically, but I will be giving tips, and a lot of the tips that I'm giving on my blog posts this month will be things that I do actually practice, not only for my grandmother, but for my own kids, to try to get everyone drinking more water, just in general. My kids really, they drink water anyway, but sometimes water is boring. So there's that. I forget what July's habit was, and I don't have my in front of me, but July has a lot of, I think there are 6 Mondays in July. I don't know. Can I look up a calendar without messing up? Week, month, boop. July, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, there's only 5 Mondays in July, which makes sense. And my birthday is in July. My birthday is smack in the middle of those Mondays. So, I mean, it's not on a Monday. My birthday is on a Friday. But I have a whole thing planned for my birthday week. I'm very excited about that because the Barbie movie comes out on my birthday. I'm a nerd and I like those sorts of things. I think they're super fun. I will not be doing any Barbie specific products my birthday week because Barbie is a licensed, copyrighted thing. And I don't need to get hit with, all of that, like infringement lawsuits and stuff. But I've been thinking about what I want to do, as far as I know I'll be having like a decent sale that week. But I do want to do something that is very pink and very, doll inspired and all that good stuff. So, I know that I have like a mermaid week planned where I have a bunch of mermaid stuff that I'm going to be making. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I should have planned the mermaid week closer in June, especially with the new Little Mermaid movie out in theaters. But my stuff is not going to be licensed specific. It won't be Disney inspired. I guess there's a couple things that are a little bit Disney inspired, but it's not, I don't have to worry about like copyright or infringement or any of that. And I don't want to ride on somebody else's coattails either. Barbie, I don't mind because, they're taking my birthday this year. So anyways, and then in August, a lot of school starts, and I have so many things that I want to do that are school inspired. Whether it's like a big drop of planner accessories, there are a bunch of patterns that are geared towards back to school that are sewing patterns. And the sewing patterns are all of the sewing patterns that I will be doing for the next few months will be free patterns that anyone can go to those websites and get at no cost. When I post them, I will post links to all of the patterns. I don't know if I will start an affiliate link at that point because they're free. So it's not like I get a kickback if you purchase something for free. But eventually I will be affiliates for all of the pattern companies. Most of the pattern companies that I do videos for, just because it is like I'm advertising for them in a way, even though I purchased all of the patterns myself, but it will help me get more patterns to be able to do more videos in the future. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm seeing myself on the cameras. I think I'm good. Let's see. So let's drop over to my outro. Right, my outro. But definitely check out the videos that I've posted. I've done some fun videos. I noticed that on some of my voiceovers, I sound really monotone and a little bit bored. So I've been trying to pick that up. I'm trying to not go into my super high-pitched, extra excited voice. But if that's what people want to hear, I can do it. Like, totally. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up, follow or subscribe, and comment with #live or #replay. All of these interactions not only help to push out the video to more people that would enjoy them, they help me know what content you are enjoying the most as well. Until next time, have a great night. And I gotta pick up my phone to turn off the live.